Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. I also want to mention that I do have two links in the description, which will take you to official websites where you can donate to the Ukrainian refugees or to Ukraine's military if you want to. Thank you all for the support and thank you all for understanding. And before we get into the video properly, real quick, I want to mention my Patreon. This is a great way to support me and a great way for you to get more exclusive content. We have 5 different tiers with different benefits. You have low cap gem calls in here, my trade alerts. You get early access to some information that I potentially could share in the open Telegram chat. We have personal technical analysis, video requests, any crypto project review you want. It's all in here. So yeah, we have almost 500 posts. I post on a daily basis. So check it out. The link is going to be down below in the description. Now on to the video. Now jumping into the daily chart real quick. So this is TradingView. The chart is from Binance. So as you can see, I did have this pattern for a very long time. We were in this large falling wedge and we ended up breaking down from it. And I did give you this large buy zone anywhere from $2.55 all the way down to $1.45. Now we have dropped quickly through this zone and now we back tested it as resistance and we're coming back down. Now the reason I chose this zone is because you had a resistance point over here and you had a support point over here back in January of last year. So you came up, hit your head on a resistance level, you came back down, you hit a support level, and from there you absolutely exploded. And that's where you created the resistance of this falling wedge pattern that we lost. So you do have the 20 EMA on the chart. You do have the 55 EMA on the chart as well. The 55 is the red line. The yellow line is the 20 EMA. So as you can see, right now you're trading in this range over here and you're really going sideways. And potentially we do have a bullish reversal pattern over here, an inverse head and shoulders. But we're going to take a look at that on Binance website a bit later in the video. Right now, I do want to show you that, as you can see, we did back test this level. We dropped down, we back tested it once, then you came down, you back tested it once again, and you are coming back down. So potentially you do have a bearish reversal pattern as well, because you do have a high, a second high, and then you do have this neckline. So if you lose this neckline, you do have a target to the downside, and you do have an inverse head and shoulders over here, as you can see. So right now you can potentially start printing the right shoulder, but if you lose this shoulder over here and you go a bit lower, that's still fine. But if you lose the head of the pattern and you go lower, then you're invalidating the pattern and you do have a target to the downside. So we're going to take a look at that on the Binance's website, like I said. So jumping into the daily RSI, as you can see, we do have this green buy zone below us. Going to give you the indexes. So anywhere from 35 on the RSI index all the way down to 26.8, 27 basically. This is a very strong buy zone because every time we landed in this zone, we ended up having a move to the upside, just like we did over here, as you can see. And we had a strong move to the upside. I did give you this on May 12th while we were in this zone, and you did see a strong move to the upside from there. Now we did run into a level of resistance, and as you can see, we were slightly above the pink trend line that I have for you. I did tell you that once you run into the pink trend line, this could be a nice zone to take profits because we have run into this level previously on multiple occasions. You have one touch over here, you have a second touch over here, you had a little fake out over here with a touch below afterwards. Then you had this huge fake out where you got overextended in March of this year, and from there you have taken a dump basically. Now we can add another trend line here because we do have another resistance zone that we just ended up creating, and I'm gonna color that with blue so that it's easier for you to see. I don't think we're gonna need this trend line in the middle right now. So I'm expecting us to come back down into this green buy zone. And at that point, you can start dollar cost averaging if you're not doing it already. Because if you have been buying Theta at all-time high prices, now is the time to get back into the project because you want to dollar cost average in, you want to make your average buy-in price as low as possible. But as you can see, this blue trend line does have 3 touches. We have 1 touch over here, 2nd touch over here, a fake out above, and a 3rd touch over here. So this is a valid resistance level that we can target in the future, as well as the pink trend line that we have over here. So that's regarding the daily chart. And if I just switch back to the chart over here, as you can see, if you did target the 20 EMA, which was a strong resistance level as well, you could have taken some profits. And even though you did have a move of 10% or even 13% above the 20 EMA, right now you've dropped below 11 or 10.5% below the 20 EMA. So even if you sold here and it did pump a little bit, you could still enter. And I do think we are going to be going a bit lower because Bitcoin is probably going to drop down even lower. Now, I do have a Twitter poll. The link is going to be in the top right-hand corner of the video. You can go and vote on what you think the bottom of the Bitcoin price is going to be this cycle. So are we going to bottom in at 20K perhaps? So go over to the link and it will take you to my Twitter page. Now, let's jump into the Binance website. Okay, on the weekly chart for Binance, the weekly stock RSI is in the bottom. So this is a good buying opportunity as always. The weekly RSI is coming closer and closer to the oversold. And once you do enter this zone, this is a great buying opportunity. We haven't been in this zone since the inception or since the listing of Theta on Binance in August of or July of 2019. And right now, this is, this is very, very low and this is very oversold. So I do want to zoom in on the daily chart, however, because potentially we do have a bullish reversal pattern. I just showed you the potential breakout that we could have. So just over here, as you can see, we do have actually the 4-hourly chart is the better time frame to take a look at this pattern. So you do have the neckline of the pattern over here, which is at $1.47. Okay, and if you take this trend line over here and you place it to the upside, you would get a target of $1.86. But right now, as you can see, the EMAs are about to cross and we are about to get the bearish cross. And once you get the bearish cross, you typically stay below the EMAs for quite some time. So I do expect us to come low as $1.10 at least, okay? And on the other hand, we do have a potential double top pattern. So I will not be targeting the inverse head and shoulders for now, but what I will be targeting is, we could go to the daily chart here and you can see that you do have a high over here and you do have a second high over here. And if you take the trend line from the bottom to the top, right, because in this case, this is our neckline over here at $1.10. And if you lose that, you take the trend line, you place it where the breakout potentially is going to occur, and you have a target at 70 cents, which is exactly where I had the TradingView support level. If we just quickly switch back to TradingView, I do have this support level at 77 cents, which is a very important level because this is the swing high that we created over here in September of 2020. As you can see, you ran into this resistance, you had to move to the downside, you retraced, and then you came up, right? And you retraced to this swing high over here. As you can see, you came back down. This is the swing high that you retraced to. You back tested it as support, and then you continued moving to the upside. So that is a support level that I'm going to be eyeballing, 77 cents. Now back to the Binance chart. Now, another reason why I do think we can potentially land in this area is because if I slap the fib retracement on, and we do have a swing high over here that we printed May 13th and the swing low May 12th over here. So you did print this high, you came all the way down to the 786, you had to move you almost retraced to the swing high of the fib retracement at $1.54. But now you're coming back down, you're about to lose the golden ratio of the fib retracement, okay? And if you end up losing this neckline of the double top pattern, you are in a target to 70 cents. And that is exactly where the 1.618 is, because if you lose the more often than not, you do land on the 1.618 over here. You can backtest this as resistance, but usually you do come down to the 1.618 at least, and below that you have the second fib level, which you can wick to in a capitulation event, right? So that's about 50 cents which for the 1.618. So yeah, we do have 70 cents as our target right now. I do think we're going to invalidate this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is a bullish reversal pattern, but unfortunately with the way things are looking right now for Bitcoin and the markets, I do think that we're going to get another capitulation before we create a V-shaped recovery, and that's going to be our bottom, because you usually have a capitulation before you start recovering. So that is pretty much it. If I missed anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. I do post technical analysis in there, and we do have some interesting posts and polls in there as well. And feel free to become a member. You get the same benefits that you do on Patreon. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.